It was a Saturday evening, the kind where everything seemed too calm until it wasn't. The argument started over something small, a dirty cup left in the sink. We fought before, like most couples, but something about the way she spoke this time felt different. There was no frustration in her voice, no attempt to understand my side, just cold indifference. Her words cut through the air like ice. "There's the door if you don't like it." At first, I stood there, staring at her, convinced it was just another empty threat. For 10 years, I had been her rock. Through job losses, family troubles, even the darkest days of her depression, I'd always been there. We had built a life together. At least, I thought we had. But the way she spoke, with no hesitation, no ounce of emotion, shattered something inside me. I had been a fool to think we were stronger than a careless insult tossed in the heat of a fight. I didn't say anything at first. I just looked at her, trying to decipher the coldness in her eyes, hoping to find some trace of regret, some hint of softness. But all I saw was her face illuminated by the glow of her phone, her attention already drifting away from me, as if I was no more than background noise. That's when I felt it. Something shifted inside me. If I was that easy to dismiss, then maybe I had been clinging to an illusion for far too long. Without a word, I walked into the bedroom, my heart pounding with an unfamiliar clarity. I pulled out a small duffel bag, tossing a few clothes, my toothbrush, and my laptop. I moved with precision, like I was on autopilot. As I zipped the bag up, a part of me expected her to storm in, to beg me not to go, to apologize. She didn't. The silence from the other room was deafening, louder than any fight could ever be. When I walked toward the door, bag in hand, she finally looked up, her eyebrows raised in mild surprise. "Wait, you're actually going?" she asked, her tone more annoyed than concerned, as if I was being overly dramatic. I met her gaze, my voice calm but steady. "You told me to leave." Her eyes darted around, as if searching for a way to change her mind, but there was nothing, no apology, no softness. Just a quiet acknowledgement that this was real. "Fine," she muttered, crossing her arms tightly over her chest. "Go ahead, but don't expect me to chase after you." I nodded, my lips pressing together in a thin line, and walked out the door, closing behind me with a soft click. That sound, the gentle thud of the door shutting, felt final, like the last page of a chapter I'd never thought I'd have to turn. I didn't go far that night. I found a cheap hotel on the outskirts of town and spent the hours staring at the ceiling, the weight of it all pressing down on me. How had we gotten here? Was it really just about a cup, or had we been slowly disintegrating, hiding behind the comfort of routine, pretending everything was fine because we shared the same roof? I kept checking my phone, hoping she would call, that maybe she'd realize what she had said, maybe even apologize. But nothing came. Days passed, and the silence between us grew thicker, suffocating me. I moved in with a friend, trying to figure out what came next. Meanwhile, she posted photos of herself online, smiling selfies, perfectly curated, as if nothing had happened. It hurt, but it also forced me to face the reality I didn't want to believe. She had emotionally checked out long before that argument. 1 week later, she called. Her voice, when it came through, was shaky, almost as if she couldn't quite believe what was happening. "You really left?" she asked, her voice a whisper. I swallowed, my own voice calm, detached. "Yes, you told me to." There was a long pause, followed by the soft sound of her sniffling. "I didn't think you'd actually go," she admitted, barely above a whisper. We agreed to meet at a small cafe just to talk, and when I saw her, I noticed a change. She looked different, tired, worn, as though the weight of the last week had taken its toll on her. There was a weariness in her eyes, but also something else. Regret, maybe? It was hard to say. She sat down across from me, and for the first time in months, we spoke honestly. She told me how she had been feeling overwhelmed, disconnected, unsure of what she wanted. The words came slowly, hesitant, as if she wasn't sure how much of the truth she was ready to face. And then, finally, she admitted something I wasn't ready for. She didn't expect me to actually leave. "I thought you'd stay no matter what," she confessed. "I never thought you'd take me seriously." I sat back, letting her words sink in. Respect, I said quietly, my voice steady but unwavering. Respect is something I can't live without. And when you told me to leave, I realized I wasn't being valued anymore. She nodded slowly, tears welling in her eyes. I'm sorry, she whispered, wiping her eyes with the back of her hand. But there was no magic moment of reconciliation, no sudden rush of affection. We both knew this was bigger than one argument, that something had broken long before that cup hit the sink. We didn't rush to fix things. Instead, we agreed on space, on counseling, on finding ourselves again separately. Maybe one day we'd try again, but neither of us knew for sure. One thing, however, had changed for good. She knew now, without a doubt, that I wouldn't stay just to be tolerated. Sometimes love isn't about grand gestures or second chances. It's about knowing your worth, even when the person you love forgets it. And for me, walking out that door wasn't a sign of weakness. It was the first step in remembering who I was.